right. Loved by many, hated by a few, respected by all, second to none. The champ is here. The best radio podcast from Como to the Congo. If you're in Fort Worth, as I was this past week, you should know where the Como's at. And if you're part of the world, which clearly you are, you're listening to us on fbrn.us, you should know where the Congo's at. And if you don't know, you need to ask somebody. You know, I'm here today for a couple of minutes today to talk to you, as Bernie Mac used to say, the American people. I want to talk to you about something that's coming up on Tuesday. As you know, the former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, was indicted, and he will be arrested and arraigned in a Manhattan courtroom. So I wanted to just spend a couple of minutes to talk to you about that as I get ready to join my Alpha brothers at the Southwest Regional Convention and Conference in Fort Worth, Texas. So that's the reason why I'm alphaed up right now, getting ready to go there. But the studio, as you know, is in Tarrant County, and we cover all over the world. We have people calling in from Haiti, Canada, Germany. But what I'm going to talk to you today is happening right here in our courts in Manhattan, in Atlanta, Georgia, and Washington, D.C., right here. We're going to keep it close to home. You know, this past week was a heck of a week. Donald Trump was indicted, and it came as quite a surprise to a lot of people, including Donald Trump, who before that he had been talking about, well, I'd like to thank the grand jury and whatever. And then the next day, it turns out he was indicted. Caught him by surprise. But what is catching me by surprise is that America seems to believe that you can't indict a president. Wait a minute, hold on. I did it just like a lot of other people are doing right now. He's not the president. Donald Trump is not the president. He is a former president. And what a lot of people have done is they look at the fact, I want to talk to them, they look at the fact that he was a president, and that sets a precedent in the fact that you can't indict him, or he has what is considered the sovereign right of kings. I know I'm going deep today. Well, I have to let some of that SMU education come out. I have a political science degree from SMU, so every once in a while I have to, make it count. So today I'm going to make it count. The sovereign right of kings, which say, simply put, the king can't be wrong. We see that all the time. We see that all the time when policemen invoke the right to say you can't sue us because basically we're the police. That's considered, well, goes in that same category, the sovereign right of kings, which means, simply put again, I'm the one in charge, so you can't charge me up. Well, Donald J. Trump is not in charge anymore. And that was what happened during this last couple of years that he was in office. It was that, well, we don't want to indict him. We don't want to charge the president because he is, after all, the president. But now he's not the president. And I know some people saying, wait a minute, Ed, come on. This happened before he was president of the United States. Why are you talking about something that happened before he was president? Well, keep in mind, this was in effect while he was president. They had these charges back then, but they didn't make him stick because, well, hey, he was, in office. So now that he's not in office, now we get to the point where they want to go ahead and make it stick. So that being said, I have a couple of newspapers out. I'm always reading, as you know. I do a lot of reading. I read one book a week. I've made a commitment to do that for this year. I take 2 weeks off for Christmas and Thanksgiving without closing a book and say that I finished it up. But I have my Texas Metro News. I have my Dallas Examiner. I have my Dallas Post Tribune. Yep, it's a black thing. You wouldn't be able to understand. But I support the black press because, well, I used to write for the black press, so obviously I'm going to support them. But Angelo, I think we have another paper over there too that has some notes. Just slide that over here to me right here, and I'll be able to go ahead and get that. Do we have it? Okay. Okay. Thank you. So the DA in Manhattan has charged Donald Trump with a crime, and you know what the crime was. Basically, he used some money to pay off a porn star. I mean, that's something I guess every presidential candidate has done in the last 20 years, I guess, right? I'm waiting for the laugh track. There's no laugh track here. But that's not supposed to happen, folks. We live in a country where our president is supposed to be above those type of things. Now, if I have a homeboy over there in Dallas or Fort Worth that wants to make it rain on somebody at a strip club, I understand. But now you have presidential candidates doing that. They're putting themselves on a lower level than what we have them to be. They clearly are not possessing the sovereign right of kings when they do that. Well, that's what this is about. Now, fact be known, he's not going to go to jail, folks. Let's get that out of your head. We want to see him do the perp walk. I personally don't want to see Donald Trump do that. I just don't want to see it. It's not necessary for me to see it. If he's convicted, they're going to go ahead and give him a fine, and he's going to pay the fine. That's exactly what they're going to do. Now, this is a testy type thing. I didn't post any of this past week because I wanted to talk to you specifically about it. But that's what's going to end up happening. It's going to be a trial. And a trial is a trial. Now, being a black person in America, we always go through trials. Now, unfortunately, black people who die at the hands of the police even are tried, and they're dead. But in this particular situation, this is a trial in which a man allegedly did something, and he was turned in, mind you, by his former lawyer. And let's keep that real, too. His former lawyer, Michael Cohen, turned him in. That's what his lawyer, his mouthpiece, turned him in. His mouthpiece turned him in because he was paying off his side piece. Yeah, I've been waiting all week to use that one. Kind of worked in right-handed right then and there. But that's what this is about. But I'm disturbed at some of the things that Donald Trump has said. One of the things that he said was that he promised death and destruction. Yep, that's what he said. Death and destruction if he's indicted. That the people wouldn't be able to understand it. That they're getting mad and angry right now. And some of you people out there, specifically you right there, I know you're angry because you're the one who sent me all of these messages on everything talking about what I didn't say it. But that's why I want to talk to you. Because this situation, this death and destruction that he's promised, no one took that serious. That somebody who gave us, it's like some of those commercials from the people who gave you the January 6th insurrection. We come back again with the sequel. Yeah, that's right. So he's promised death and destruction. That's like a threat. Now, for anybody else, that would have been considered a threat. Am I afraid that this will happen? Well, I don't know. America is not a violent country. It's not a violent country. How many mass shootings have we had this week alone? At schools. If you don't think this is a violent country, check yourself. Now, this isn't the only time that President Trump is going to be brought in front of a jury. No, yep. I said Manhattan. There's other places. Now, some of these folks now say, well, you don't want to bring them to trial because of this. This is a weak case. This is a weak case. This is a weak case. It's a weak case, they say, for Donald Trump, but for anybody else, it would be like, you would be in jail already. So they say, you need to concentrate on another case. This is not about concentrating on another case. This is about concentrating on what's right. The jury system, our judicial system, these are the things we deal with. These are the things that makes America exceptional. Unless, of course, you want to imply that the sovereign right of kings means that if you're a king, as they used to say in that Mel Brooks movie, it's good to be the king. Well, it's good to be the king. So it's good to be the king also in Atlanta, Georgia, when the president at that time charged up the Secretary of State and the governor to say, I need to find X amount of votes to turn over the election. Oh, come on, folks. It's like he was begging and pleading. Come on, folks. This is all I need. I forgot the exact number. I think it's 1,204, something like that. But he cited out the exact number, just like I forgot. He cited out the exact number, saying, that's what I need. Give me that number plus one, and I'm good. And I can do the rest. That's what he said. He said that. And right now there's another grand jury investigating that. I guess we need to forget about that grand jury and now concentrate on this grand jury. That's too much for a country boy like me to, well, I'm not from the country. That's what people in Texas always say. I just thought it would be good to throw it in there. But you know, that's the strange thing. You can't pick and choose when you want to apply justice. And that's what it appears to be happening. If he has to go on trial, I guess the next time around, he'll promise death and destruction in Atlanta. I guess he'll say bad things about the DA in Atlanta and the judge in Atlanta, like he said about the DA in Manhattan. Called him an animal. Called him an animal. America, do you get tired of your former president belittling elected officials? Well, apparently not, because he's the GOP front runner. Yeah. He's a front runner, all right. Yeah, I know. I know, because he's out fronting right now in Washington, D.C., where they have another investigation going on. The insurrection. Yeah, they have another investigation going on with that. When will it stop? It'll appear that it'll never stop. Because America, as they used to say during the pandemic, we're all in this together. But we'll see next week in Manhattan when President Trump, there I go again, when the former president, Donald John Trump, who has been indicted, has been impeached. I'm sorry. I'm not up to speed on my news today. Well, I don't see how I'll have all these newspapers. Who's been impeached twice will appear in front of a court room and in front of a judge and plead guilty or not guilty. And yep, it's happened before. We've had vice presidents who appeared in front of a court and pleaded no contest to bribery. That's like one step away from being president. America, have you forgotten that? Spiro T. Agnew, Richard Nixon's vice president, convicted of bribery, took a plea deal, no contest, which means I'm guilty, I throw myself upon the mercy of the court. Well, that's happening. Yeah, that's happened. Well, we'll be right back. We're going to play some music, and we'll be right back. We're going to go through a couple of newspapers, but I just want to go ahead and talk to you for a minute. Thank you for listening to the Commish Radio Show. Thank you.